Okay, so like ready to tackle the big one. The question that's probably kept philosophers up at night for centuries,
Mm.
and us regular folks too.
Oh, I'm all ears. I have a feeling I know where we're going with
We've
this.
got to find your purpose.
Yeah.
What is it? How do we find it? Is it this like magical aha moment or something more, I don't know, practical? We're diving deep into all that and getting into why it can feel so overwhelming sometimes.
And you know what's really interesting? The more you look into it, the more you realize it's less about uncovering some predetermined path and way more about aligning what you do day in and day out with what truly lights you up inside.
Right. It's like we're conditioned to search for this one big purpose, like it's a lost city or something.
Yeah.
But the source material we dug into
Yeah.
really highlighted this idea.
Mhm.
It's more about living each day in a way that feels true to you. Like they said, it's about aligning your life with your values, which just feels so much less, I don't know, heavy than life's purpose?
100%. It becomes less about this huge, monumental decision and more about those small choices we're faced with every single day. It's like each choice either adds to that sense of purpose or takes away from it bit by bit.
See, now that's both kind of empowering and slightly terrifying at the same time, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
suddenly every decision feels so much more weighted.
Yeah.
But then again, that awareness of our choices, that's huge. And speaking of awareness, that brings us to the why behind it all,
Oh,
our
yeah.
core values. This is where things start to get real. Yeah.
Absolutely. And this, I think, is where a lot of people stumble upon that well-intentioned but often oversimplified advice. Just follow your passion.
Oh, tell me about it. Like, it's as easy as what, ordering takeout, picking a passion off a menu. It's so much more complex and nuanced than that. You can't just decide to be passionate about something, can you?
Exactly. And what's fascinating is passion is definitely crucial. It's the fuel, the energy that drives us forward. But like any fire, it needs the right kindling, the right structure to really burn bright. One of the sources had this great analogy: imagine a musician, full of passion, right? But some musicians, they thrive in a structured symphony orchestra, while others find their purpose in solo gigs, constantly experimenting, evolving their craft. Both are driven by passion, but expressing it in completely different ways.
So it's not just about what we're passionate about, is how we like to pursue that passion.
Mm.
And that's where I feel like our values step in as that guiding force. Kind of like our inner compass, wouldn't you say?
Exactly, 100%. It's like if creativity is one of your core values, it doesn't automatically mean you're destined to be an artist. Maybe for you, it's about bringing that creative spark to your marketing job or designing amazing, elaborate Lego creations with your kids. It's not so much about the what as it is about how that value is expressed in your everyday life.
That's such a good point. And it really circles back to this idea of purpose not being some finish line we cross,
Yeah.
but this ever-evolving journey. It's about constantly making choices, big or small, that truly reflect what matters to us deep down.
I love that. It's so true. And honestly, I think that's a really freeing way to look at finding your purpose. It's not this big, scary, overwhelming thing. It's really about all those seemingly small moments of alignment day after day that start to build upon each other and create something really meaningful.
Exactly. So before we wrap up this deep dive, let's leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question. If you had to pick, like right here, right now, what are your top 3 values? And how are those values showing up in your life at this very moment?
And remember, folks, this isn't a test or anything. Think of it as an invitation, a gentle nudge to spark a little self-reflection. Be curious about what you discover. You might even be surprised by just how much purpose you're already bringing into the world.